Hi, Vikings. All right, so today we are going to do Module 2, Lesson 23. Just like yesterday, our objective is also going to be that you will be able to divide 3 and 4-digit dividends by 2-digit divisors. So the difference that you're going to notice from today's lesson versus yesterday's lesson is that we have a 4-digit dividend on this problem, where yesterday we had 3 and we were mostly just focusing on the 3. Overall, the steps are going to be exactly the same. We're still going to estimate, we're still going to solve, and we're still going to check our answers in the same way. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to estimate. I'm going to take my 29 and I'm going to round that to 30. Then I'm going to think of my multiples of 3s. 3, 6, 9. Well, that's the closest is 6. So I'm just going to put 6, and then I have to have 4 digits, so add my zeros. Now I need to figure out how many times 30 fits into 6,000. So I know I could divide by 10, eliminate some of those zeros, and now I have 600 divided by 3. Then I can simply say, well, 3 goes into 6 2 times, 2 zeros left over. My final answer should be somewhere near 2,000. Now, to solve this problem, I'm going to set up my problem in standard algorithm. My divisor, which is this second number, is always going to go on the outside of the box. So 29 on the outside, and on the inside of my division box is going to be my dividend, 6,247. And we're going to solve it just like we did yesterday. 29 does not physically fit into 6. So as a placeholder, I'm going to put a 0 right here on top of that so that I know my numbers are aligned correctly in the correct place value area. Now, 29 I know is very similar to, if I round it, is 30, and we already discussed it can go in there about 2 times. So I'm going to check my work over here. 29 times 2, 18, 4, 58. Well, I cannot fit another group of 29 after 58 that's under 62. So 2 is going to work. So if it's in there 2 times, I already did the multiplication. 29 times 2 is 58. I'm going to subtract. Okay, I cannot subtract 8 from 12, so I need to go and borrow. More on the floor, go next door. So my 6 is going to become a 5, and my 2 is going to become a 12. And now 12 take away 8. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 4 and then 0. Okay, so I've divided, I've multiplied, and I've subtracted. And now I need to start the process again. I need to divide again. 29 does not physically fit into 4. I have a 4 right here I can bring down. So I'm going to bring down this 4. Now, 29 needs to fit into 44. And how many times can it fit in there? Well, I know that 29 times 2 is 58. 58 is higher than 44. So clearly it can only fit in there 1 time. I need to make sure that I put that 1 on top of that 4 that I brought down, because that's the next place value that we are working on. 29 times 1 is 29. Going to subtract. More on the floor. I need to go next door. So I'm going to borrow that. 4 is now going to become a 3. This other 4 is going to become a 14. And now I can subtract. If you put 9 in your brain, you can count up 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So then I have 5. And then 3 take away 2 is 1. Okay. Now, 29 does not fit into 15. I still have this 7 that I can bring down. I'm going to bring down that 7. And now I have to figure out, well, how many times can 29 fit into 157? Now, if you think about rounding this to 30, how many times can 3 go into 15? Well, it can go in there about 3 times. 5 times, sorry. So 29, and we're going to just kind of check this out really quick and see if it works. Times 5, I got 45. 10, 14, 145. Oh, that looks good. So 5 times over here. I already did the math. It's 145. I'm going to subtract it. 7 take away 2, 5 is 2. 5 take away 4 is 1, and then that's 0. So remainder 12. Okay, before I write my final answer up here on the top, I need to check it. I'm going to take my 215, multiply it by my divisor of 29. 45. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 4, 10, 11, 12, 13. 18 plus 1 is 19. Cross, 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 0. This is all skills we've already learned in the past, multi-digit multiplication. 2 times 5 is 10. Carry over my 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. 2 times 2 is 4. Add those together. 5, 3, 9, 10, 11, 12, 6. Okay, now I have 6,235. My original dividend was 6,247. We don't match yet because I still need to add that remainder and check if it matches. 6,235 plus 12. 7, 4, 2, 6. Yes, it matches. My answer is correct. Therefore, 215 remainder 12 is my answer. All right, so now when we're looking at our problem set, lesson 23 in your problem set book, it's going to have several problems for you to solve. We are just going to focus on just a few of them today. So I'm going to go ahead and do A with you. And I'm actually going to cross out B, I'm going to cross out D, and I'm going to cross out F because I want us to do the 3 steps. I want us to estimate, solve, and check. Okay, so we're going to need all of this space that's here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to round. Well, 23 rounded is 20. My multiples of 2s are 2, 4, 6. Well, 4 is the closest, so I'm going to stick with 4, and then I have to have 4 digits, so I'm going to add in my zeros. Then I'm going to divide by 10 because there's 1 0, divided by 10. Now I have 400 divided by 2. 2 goes into 4 2 times, and then there's 2 zeros left over. So my final answer should be somewhere close to 200. Now I'm going to write my expression in standard logarithm. 23, my divisor on the outside of my house. My 4,859, my dividend on the inside of the house. And now we're going to go ahead and start dividing. Well, 23 does not fit into 4, so I'm going to put that placeholder there. But 23 does fit into 48. I'm going to say 2 times. Let's check. 23 times 2, 6, 46, which is just slightly below that, which it works. We didn't pass it. 2 times, which is 46. Subtract it. I get 2. Now we have to repeat the step again. I have to divide. 23 does not fit into 2, and I still have this 5 over here to call for backup. 25. Well, I can clearly see that 23 is only going to fit into 25 one time. So then I multiply 23 times 1 is 23. We subtract again. I get 2. Then 23 does not fit into 2, so I'm going to bring down the 9. I can see that 23 is only going to fit into 29 one time, which is 23. I'm going to subtract. I get 6. Remainder 6. So I have 211, remainder 6 as my answer. Now I have to check it. So I'm going to take 211, multiply it by 23. 3, 3, 6, cross 0, 2, 2, 4, add them together, 3, 5, 8, 4. And I still have to add my 6 remainder. I can do that really quickly right here, plus 6, 9, 5, 8, 4. My answer checks. Therefore, my answer is correct. 211 remainder 6 is my actual final answer. Okay, so I want you to do C and E just like I did. You're going to estimate, solve, and check. You can set these up really quick. Estimate, solve, and check. I'm going to go ahead and just highlight those so that they stand out nice and clear, so that you know that there's those 3 steps I want you to focus on. Remember, we have lesson 19 notes to look back on and lesson 22 from yesterday to look back on if you need additional help.